Hi everyone, thank you for joining me in another practice. My name is Sarah. I'm from You Bloom Yoga, and I'm here to bring you a very gentle, slow flow yoga practice today. We'll be staying on the ground for a lot of it. We'll be doing just one mountain pose in the whole of our practice. So for the most part, we're going to be on the ground, being very comfortable. If you would like to use any blocks, blankets, bolsters, or any other props, that is always welcome. I will not be using any at this time. With that being said, though, please incorporate them if that is something you would like to use. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right into our practice. So to begin, we'll find a comfortable seat. That might look like legs crossed, hero's pose, whatever feels best for you, hands resting wherever it feels natural to land. And the eyes might be closed or open. I encourage you to try closed eyes or a softened gaze, allowing space for us to notice how it feels to turn inwards, to tune the outside world out. Not judging anything that comes to the surface, just giving space for what's present to be there. Noticing that the breath is there. Her breath, something we never have to think about, something that is just with us, coming and going, in and out. You might even place one hand over heart center, the other hand over the belly, and notice that gentle rise and fall of the body as you breathe. Becoming aware that as you deepen the breath, extending each breath in and out, the body might rise and fall a little bit more. So there may be a little more movement the deeper you breathe. It may also feel uncomfortable to breathe deep or challenging. That is okay. The more we do this, the more we practice breathing with our diaphragm, which is a muscle that helps to take these deep breaths. It's like any other muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it will become. All that to say, please don't get discouraged if this is uncomfortable or challenging. So with that, we'll take a long breath in through the nose and sigh it out. That one more time. Returning the hands to the knees. Gently blink the eyes open, and we'll draw circles with the head and the neck, very gently rolling in one direction and reversing that circle. And then bringing the head back to stillness, look towards the right shoulder, bringing the left fingertips to the ground next to you, and then crawling them away just a finger or two pace away. And imagine you're drawing a big rainbow here with your nose, sweeping from that right shoulder, arcing through the ceiling down towards that left shoulder. Pause here. So looking now down to the left. Bring the right fingertips to your sides, the left hand back to that left knee. And crawl the right fingertips away just a touch or two. Then we're going to stop at the top of that rainbow, so arcing the nose up, being mindful that we're not craning to the back of the neck. So if you feel kind of like the back of the neck, the skin starting to fold, lift up a little bit. So you don't want any of those folds, just a very gentle length. Both hands now down at our side. So instead of thinking about nose to the ceiling, think more nose towards the corner of where the ceiling and wall meet. So kind of like 45-degree angle. Pausing here, a little tension through our arms, fingertips pressing into the ground. On an exhale, chin towards the chest, lengthen through the back of the neck. Breath in, sweep the arms and head up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, rounding the back body. Pause here for a full cycle of breath. Breath in, palms to the sky, heart opens. Soft bend to the elbows, rock it out side to side. Imagine this kind of flossing motion here into the shoulders. A little rock into that rib cage, the shoulder girdle. And then finding stillness, release the hands so palms face each other. Breath in, sit a little taller. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Big breath in, we reach up higher. Exhale, twist right. Left hand to the right knee, right fingertips behind you. Breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist. Now staying in this twist, reach the right fingertips up to the sky. Then hinge towards that left knee. So hinging at a diagonal here. Pause, feel the length into the back, through that right arm. Now look down at your left knee, and you're sweeping the right hand to that left knee. The back will round, so your sternum is facing forward. So you're back to center. Think of a cat posture here, but with crossed arms. Take another deep breath in and out. And breath in, release the hands, unraveling them up to the sky. And exhale, right hand down, find a side bend. Breath in through center, exhale, left hand down, we bend. Back through center, breath in, lengthen. Exhale, shoulders relax. Breath in, reach up. Exhale, twist left, right hand finds that left knee. Feel the weight of the sits bones rooted into the ground as the crown of the head reaches up. And keeping your twist, left fingertips reach up to the sky, and then reaching as if you're going past that right knee. Reaching past that right knee. And looking down, we spiral the heart down, crossing the arms around the back for this crisscross cat pose. Stay for another cycle of breath. Breath in, arms release, reach it high. Exhale, left hand down, side bend. Back through center, right hand down, we bend. And back through center, both arms lifted up. And exhale all the way down. Now extend both legs out in front. And then take a moment to kind of scooch back onto those hip bones here, pulling the femurs back into our hip sockets. And then flex the feet, extending the heels away from you. So feel a little engagement through the calves and the hamstrings even. We'll bring the palms to rest on top of the thighs, palms face up. Our gaze is straight out in front. And then just for a moment, you might bring the hand to your back and just notice, are you leaning forward? Are you curving? Can we take a breath in, stacking from head, heart, and pelvis in one line? If we need, we can bend the knees, take some pressure out of that low back. So we're in our staff pose for another breath. Then big breath in, arms reach up. Exhale, hands plant just behind the hips, bend the knees, plant the feet, press up, reverse tabletop. So you're pressing the hip creases towards the sky. Exhale, lower the hips, extend just the left leg, right knee drops open. Breath in, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Hands can rest wherever they naturally land, whether that's on the leg, the floor of the foot, maybe even yoga blocks if you're using them. We're breathing right here, continuing to keep that left leg active, so still pushing through that heel. Muscles are still engaged. Now the right hand is going to rest maybe on the foot, could be on the shin or even the thigh, wherever feels comfortable for you. Left arm, think like a door, is hinging to the side and back. So thumb to the sky, pinky to the floor. So your face and palm are facing the same direction. Take another big breath in. Exhale, hinge it close, fold back down. Breath in, roll it all the way up, hands to the sky, and sweep it down. Extend the right leg out long, bring the left knee in. So that knee is out, foot inside the leg. Big breath in, we sit tall. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reaching forward and then lowering the hands. So we want to avoid this kind of collapse here, but think again like you're bringing a big beach ball forward past the toes and then lowering. Pausing here, a couple more breaths. Again, the more we do this, the more we stretch, the more we flow and move our body, the easier it'll become, the more space we'll find in our joints, our muscles, and fascia. It might take time, a lot of stretching, and really conditioning the body is a lot of undoing our daily patterns and habits. But that's not to say it can't be done. With hard work and consistency, the body is capable of a lot of amazing, incredible things. So enough rambling about how awesome our body is. We're going to bring the left hand to the foot, calf, or thigh, and twisting open. So hinging that arm up and back. Fingertips reaching towards that back edge of the mat. We're here for another cycle of breath. Exhale, hinge it close, back to your fold. Roll it back up, hands to the sky, and exhale all the way down. Hands plant behind, bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. So in our Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose, feeling the outer edges of the feet pushing together and down, knees pushing down. Slight lift to the sternum and chin. Option to stay here or pushing the feet down, lift the hips, hovering. Exhale to slowly release. We'll all rock it out left to right. And then from here, we'll be transitioning to our hands and knees coming into tabletop. If you would like a blanket under your knees, that is always a welcome option. We'll be working into some low lunges as well. So if you would like a blanket for the knees or blocks, those are also welcome. So we'll start with our tabletop, stacking our joints, pointer fingers directed to the top edge of the mat. And we'll start with our toes tucked here. And then really try and curl the toes in as much as you can, and then lift forward slightly. So when we really curl the toes under, there's a tendency to drop the hips back, so press the hips forward again. Now from here, push down through the fingers and the toes, lift the knees, hovering just an inch or two from the earth. We're breathing, holding strong. Exhale, lower the knees, untuck the toes, child's pose, option to open out the knees. Lifting the head slightly, walk the hands to the left edge of the mat, and then melt the heart back down. Walk the hands through center and over to the right. Bring the hands back through center, pressing back up into tabletop. And then extending the right toes behind and stepping it through and up into a low lunge. Breath in, arms lift. Exhale, hands through the heart. Fingers interlace. Press the palms away and sweep it up. As you exhale, arms release. We lower back down. Right leg extends back. We step the left leg forward. When you're ready, you feel your grounding. We breathe in, we lift. Pressing through the front foot. Arms are active, legs are active. Exhale, hands through heart. Interlace the fingers, press the palms away, feel the stretch even into the fingers. Breath in, reach it up, maybe a little back bend, and then exhale, sweep it all the way down, back to tabletop. Really tuck the toes back in again, lift the knees, bear pose, so hovering just an inch or two. Exhale, down dog. Take a moment, pedal out the feet here, shake out the head. On an exhale, knees to the earth. Swing the legs to one side and then out in front. So we're scooting forward so your heels will be almost towards the bottom edge of your mat. Arms come out in front. Breath in, sitting tall. And as you exhale, slowly roll all the way back with control. As you land, extend the arms overhead, take a full body stretch. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. And float the hands back down to your side, walking the feet up towards the glutes. If you need to readjust the hips, maybe very slightly tuck in the pelvis if you felt like a big gap between your back and the floor. A little space is fine. Our spine naturally has a little S curve to it. But if as you lay down you had a big gap, maybe just readjust so you feel a little more flush to the earth. Arms will rest down at our sides. Feet are about hip distance. We're pushing into the palms, pushing into the feet as we lift into a bridge. Keeping this pretty gentle. Stay for a breath in at the top and exhale to lower. Rock the knees left to right. Bring the legs back through center, hugging them into the chest. Rock it out side to side. Arms open, knees drop right, find your twist. Maybe look towards that left shoulder. And lift the legs through center and go the opposite direction. And lift it back through center. Hands find the back of the thighs, extending the legs to the sky. Point and flex the feet. And bending the knees back down. We're letting the legs drop with a thud to the earth. Let them drop. We'll do that one more time. Gather the knees up and let the legs drop. Slide the legs long. We're not going to be here for very long, but taking just this last couple moments, bringing the hands to the low belly, fully returning back to our breath. Noticing how, even at times, if you started to hold your breath during your practice, it always came back. It was always there for you. Together, we'll take 3 last deep diaphragmatic breaths. Inhaling to feel the belly rise, and exhale to soften. And one last big breath in, feel it expand, and let it all go. Bend the knees back in. We'll roll to one side and then press the floor away as we return back to a comfortable seat. Eyes may be closed or with a soft gaze. Remember that transitioning back out of your practice and back to the world we live in, taking a little time for that transition can be sometimes, if not always, just as important as the work and the flow and the actual workout and yoga practice we put in. So please give yourself a moment to come back in, to be with yourself as you are. Thank you all for being here with me on this practice, and I look forward to joining you again on the mat very soon. Have a wonderful day.